Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update for today, Thursday, June 20th. I hope you had a good long weekend and be ready for this week because this week is going to be finally free for a pullback and finally free to really see if Nasdaq can correct and gather some new buyers at lower levels, some new investors, some new big players that were on the sidelines. And this is going to happen in the upcoming weeks, hopefully for a healthy move higher. But we have still to analyze the technicalities and all the details because that might happen, but also we might see lower lows and lower highs that might change the trend because Nasdaq, remember, is overextended. But first, before moving into the charts, let's do a quick recap of today's fundamental data that showed us that housing starts month over month are spiking 21.7%. The previous one was in the negative, and if you see this trend, look at this huge spike. Building permits also more higher than expected, and housing starts overall 1.6 million. So housing sector is really seeing a nice spike in both permits and housing starts month over month. And perhaps if interest rates go lower than right now, maybe mortgages will also spike and we might see housing sector really start showing continuously strong strength, and that would basically lead us to strong fundamentals for a no recession and soft landing, coupled with the fact that right now we are still showing an interest rate hike with 74% of analysts expecting that 25 basis points in the upcoming July meeting, 26th of July, and to reach what they consider the final terminal rate, 525, 550. We will be there for at least 4 months or 5 months until the end of the year for next year to start cutting rates 25 basis points by 25 basis points. So that's their expectations. Will that happen? We might need to wait and see, because right now markets are really overextended. As I was saying, we are waiting for that healthy pullback that might bring some new buyers. Let me first start with the weekly and adjust my levels, not this one. This is, as always, the blue dot line is the last week high, and we are starting huge range, by the way, in the weekly, 3.61% and 500 points of weekly. Look at this. We are basically pushing super higher on the weekly and reaching 15,000, almost 500. If we change into the daily, we are expecting, as I was saying, that pullback that hopefully can respect this 14,700 level. This closes up here and last week low. We might see, would be really nice to see that kind of pullback. Let's see the Fibonacci's from the last move higher, if they bring us some nice levels. So around 14,800 is 61.8 from this triple bottom on the daily. So I would like to see Nasdaq to pull a little bit more, because these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive green candles are really strong. But for sure, I'm waiting for the third pullback, the third higher low, first one, second one, to continue the trend higher. This structure here is quite important, aligned with the 61.8 retracement. So I'm more than willing to take some longs down here to really see if Nasdaq has some fuel left. If we see the continuous chart on the NQ, we can see that we are dealing with this huge resistance, and if nothing, if we can hold these levels, we might see 15,900 or even 16,000, and the next level is all-time highs from November 2021. But since then, we really have to pay attention also to the ES, that if we check the ES in last week, that last weekend, I uploaded a really nice weekly video in which I covered all these technicals. So I'm also waiting for ES to retest this third pivot on the trend line to really see the higher low up here for 4,500 push into the next daily level. That would be most probably, I think, could be this level from April, and then we might target the second pivot from March at 4,600. So that's the weekly and the daily. We want to continue with this trend, and in order for us to capitalize on that, if we go to the 1 hour chart and the 30-minute chart, my preferred charts to really pay attention to pivots, this level right here, this area from Thursday last week, this is not, I'm not showing this as support, but as an imbalance. As you can see, we squeezed higher. These were single TPOs on the TPO chart, really squeezing and not giving time for the market to really react to this push. So I got this huge candle as a range. The opening print on Thursday at 9:30 around 15,000. Look at this. This was a really nice support level that we basically held. The opening print from Thursday. That was a nice level, and in the 15-minute we can see that, let's go to the 1 minute. We can see that we tried to go higher. We rejected this pre-market high that we on yesterday. This is price action from yesterday. I consider all these days that are closed or barely closed, they have reduced time hours, trading hours. I considered all these overnight. So if we consider since Friday, we have this overnight pivot that we clearly rejected up here. And in between these two levels, that was a nice entry for long. I didn't take it because I hesitated and I didn't want to chase. And after all this flash that we got into the open, we got a really nice boost to the downside. We rejected 100% retracement since the opening and then continue lower. This was a level I was watching, but I hesitated and I didn't take it. So this is where it is, quite choppy, honestly. And right now, trying to retake settlement price that is at 15,268. We are seeing some retracement because basically Apple is not able to really break this 30-minute resistance from Friday, sorry. Then we have the all-time highs at 187. Microsoft minus 1% on the day. So Microsoft is really lagging behind. And between Apple, Microsoft, and all this context on higher interest rates and all the yields, look at this, the 10-year yield is minus 2.74%. And financials, as you can see, are all in the red, So we don't have enough strength to continue higher. That doesn't mean that it can happen because Tesla is really pushing. Tesla is just playing nasty games with options. Look at this. I don't want to deal with anything like this. I don't want to deal with Tesla. Tesla is not able to really push the market, has its own catalyst, its own deals with options, gamma squeeze, Elon Musk just pushing some new business in other countries. And it's the only thing that is super strong, and Nvidia has its own catalyst also. But the overall Nasdaq is not following behind. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta are all mixed sentiment. And that's why we are not seeing quite a good price action today. So this is basically the day. We are still in range for a nice pullback, and I will continue waiting this week for signs of something holding. Psychologically, 15,000 should be psychological support, and if not, I will be waiting for this fib retracement down here to retest last week low into a higher low, following the trend that we are already establishing. So that's my plan for the week. Today, it didn't provide too much opportunities like this, but today it's after the long weekend, and big players, I don't think they are taking positions because we have financials real weak, utilities also super weak, minus 1.30. Look at all these gap downs. Utilities, staples gapping down, healthcare gapping down. It's quite strange of a day. So better for things to settle. Dollar is just chopping around also. So basically, in my opinion, and based on the analysis that you guys are used to seeing my channel, I don't have any edge in this market because price action is all over the place. We have gold in the red, dollar in the green, but not barely in the green. We have Russell 0.50 in the red. Tesla is pushing, Nvidia is also pushing, but not the rest of the big stocks in the Nasdaq are not following suit. Copper is basically green. We might see some information here, but silver is minus 3%. Look at this. Why? So in my personal experience, I don't have any edge right now comparing all these markets. So I can remove this fib retracement. So basically, there's nothing I can do today. This was a clear bear flag. I was watching this bottoming tail for continuation to the upside, but silver is melting. Silver is melting. Bitcoin 3.65%. This trend from December last year, it's really holding Bitcoin. And finally, we took a look lower, we bounce, and we are strongly breaking directly the descending resistance. Really good price action on Bitcoin. Why? I don't see any catalyst, but for now, that's the only thing that I can provide to you. Mixed sentiment, not clear direction, but I'm still waiting for the structure to build, following this trend into a higher low. Apart from that, we just have to be patient. 100% retracements everywhere. This was a 100% retracement, then testing 30-minute and opening print since last week, and then trying to squeeze higher and now rejecting. So basically mixed sentiment, and that's it is what it is. So sometimes you have to really be disciplined, and in my case, I don't have any edge, I don't have any advantage, I don't see any clear setups. So my setups are still there, are still valid, but just chopping around today, I don't see any reason for me to continue trading with this price action. So nothing clear today for me. So I will be waiting. The rest of the week, I'm going on vacation until next week, so I won't be able to upload videos as usual, but please feel free to check out my last weekend video in which I review last week's performance in the Nasdaq and in the S&Ps. Basically, I'm waiting for that higher low to be built, and some key levels you can really understand and see some key levels in the daily and the weekly, as I was mentioning earlier. So just feel free to review those videos and be prepared this week, because we have to really be patient until and after all this quadruple witching day last week, all the FOMC and the long weekend, we need time to digest and to really see if we can continue with the trend, or the trend is changing, or what kind of structure we can find in higher time frames. So until then, remember, I'm going on vacation, so I will enjoy some time on the beach, at the beach, with the family, with the kids, and I will be coming back this weekend, probably, I think, Motorbike, thank you, motorbike. So Sunday or Monday, I will be back with a video, and I will probably upload again a weekly video because I will be out this week. So as I am not uploading any video, I will just do a weekly recap for you for this weekend to prepare for next week and basically review and do the technical analysis of all these week's movements. So I hope you have a nice week. Be patient, be disciplined, because remember, we are getting after a big quadruple witching day, FOMC, and a lot of information. So we need time for markets to really pick direction and to really see what they can do and what kind of structures they build. So be really patient, disciplined, and manage your risk as always. So thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I upload videos every single day for market forecast, market updates, and market recaps. Click the bell to be notified about me uploading any videos. And I will be out this week. I will be coming back on Sunday or Monday next week with a weekly video for you. Until then, enjoy the trading, be disciplined, be patient, stay safe, and enjoy your week. See you on the weekend, and have a nice day and rest of the week, everyone. Stay safe.